Welcome to day 256 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. And remember, these videos are sponsored by the NFT project Clout Cox.
Yeah, and yesterday they had a 1 hour auction for Granny Cock, and that NFT actually ended up selling for about $100 to the user NFTRU. They just keep churning out more and more creative works every day. I just love going to their page and just checking out all the new Cloud Cocks that they launch every day. And I think it's just very good art, and that's what has me kind of attracted to them.
Yeah, for sure. So remember, if you're watching these videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just go down to the bottom right. I think I'm pointing down there. Bottom right, and hover over our avatar, and it should bring up a subscribe button. We're just trying to build up the YouTube channel to get more people to know about DeSo. We make these videos every day, but if we get more likes and more subscriptions to our videos, they'll be ranked higher in the cryptocurrency world on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. So let's get to the news.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of news.
Like, it didn't seem like a very busy day, but then when we start going through all the news, it's like really busy. So Megan Vita has been hired by the DeSo Foundation, and her job is going to be, quote unquote, handling crucial projects like growing and maintaining the new DeSo Foundation Discord, as well as creating a top-class accelerator program to augment the Octane Fund. So she has a big job. She has a lot of experience. She's worked for Jumio, she's worked for Easy Park and Wish, and she has a lot of experience handling communities. I got to chat with her briefly yesterday on Discord. She seems like a great person, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do for this platform.
Yeah, and she's basically going to manage the Discord around the DeSo Foundation. She's also going to have a role in the Octane Fund. They want to kind of augment things a little bit, but she should have a pretty sizable role, I think. And I think the community is going to get to know her quite well because of her. She's going to be in charge of community. So I look forward to working with her. I look forward to watching what she has to do, what she can bring to the community, because I think it's going to be important to have this outreach to the community. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show.
Yeah. So also yesterday, Nader made a LinkedIn post. It's basically his first LinkedIn post that's talking about DeSo. I think he's been holding back. He has a lot of followers on LinkedIn. He made this post basically saying, hey guys, I've started this new crypto project, blockchain project. You should check it out. He went on to explain what DeSo is. And it's really, I think he brought up some really interesting points that, some people may have missed. And he talked about DeSo and how he believes it has a good chance to disrupt Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok within the next year, which I think is really, that's forward thinking. I mean, that's like very optimistic.
Well, and he even said that it's a lot faster than most people are going to have thought. So, I mean, whether it happened or not, I guess we'll see. Something else I noticed is that they're actually giving this huge bounty to anybody that can refer an employee, and that's $25,000 plus a gold DeSo coin. So, I mean, if you know somebody that can really help DeSo and who could join the community, I think not the community, but the core team, I guess, you can basically walk away with over $25,000. So if you know somebody, reach out to them, please.
Yeah. So the coin is actually a 1/10 ounce version of that DeSo coin that Fast Freddy held a contest for earlier in the year. It's a gold version of that, and you get that if you refer somebody. So what are they looking for? What's Nader looking for? He's looking for engineers, and he's looking for people who can help build the community. And I think there's a lot of people out there that might, fit that position. So they're looking to hire best engineers and strategic thinkers to help them take on these social media juggernauts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, etc. So, there might be some people at Facebook and Twitter who are willing to jump ship and work for the future of Web3.
Well, and I think strategy is so important. I mean, you're going to have all these other Web3 blockchains sprouting up. There's going to be competition coming in. And I think that we have this head start, but without a sound strategy, these other projects could easily catch up. So I think it's important to hire some of the talent that we can as fast as we can and take things up a notch.
Yeah, so let's get back to the Discord. There's this new DeSo Foundation Discord, and yesterday there was some, I guess you could say, a little bit of drama, Brian.
Yeah, so Hunter Paulson, H. Paulson on Discord, he is known for his criticism, but constructive criticism. And I really like how he usually goes about things. And he is super smart. He's a really young fellow. And he brings up very good points usually. And I think last night he brought up some good points as well. Maybe not in the best way, but I don't have too much to criticize him over. He went to the Discord. He was posting some negative comments. He says it was 5 or 6. Alex said it was like 20. Alex Velitas, but he was criticizing the team, and he kind of came out of the gate and he posted something saying something like the core teams doesn't have the ability to manage things. And I think there have been missteps along the way, but I think maybe the way he presented it might have rubbed some people the wrong way, maybe Alex the wrong way. And Alex removed a couple of posts and asked him to stop posting multiple posts in this Discord. The Discord they set up, which is a new Discord for the DeSo Foundation, is for them to kind of get feedback from members and to communicate with members and get ideas. And a lot of the negativity was kind of getting in the way, Alex said. He then, I think he deleted some of the posts. This clearly rubbed Hunter the wrong way. I can kind of understand why, especially since
and I mean, other community members as well were a bit disturbed over what was taking place.
Yeah, and I can understand. I can kind of see both sides of it. I think that Hunter definitely brings up good points. I think there have been mismanagement steps taken in the past. I think that maybe there could be better community outreach. Not maybe, I think there could definitely be better community outreach. I think that they're just overwhelmed right now. I think that when Hunter's posts were removed, I think that kind of set him over the edge, and maybe rightfully so. He created this video, it was about 26 minutes long. I watched the whole thing. He did a really good job at presenting his side and kind of saying why he is so disappointed. And he's not disappointed. He doesn't have personal issues with anybody in the core team. He's just disappointed because he spent so much time here, and maybe he feels a little bit underheard, and he feels that the community in general might feel like maybe they've been left out a little bit. And like I said, I think he keeps bringing up good points. I think that maybe he could have initially not gotten off in attack mode on that Discord so quickly. I think it's his right to criticize, and I think it's important we have constructive criticism. It's just finding the right balance between giving constructive criticism and maybe attacking people within the core team directly and saying that they're not prepared or something like that. So in the end, after I watched this whole video, it started out he was pretty angry. Hunter was angry. He had a bad day, but by the end of the video, it's really golden. Like I think everybody should watch it. He really kind of throws his heart out there and says why he said what he said and how he feels and how many in the community might feel. And in the end, Alex actually wrote back, and I can read what Alex said. He said, "Totally, man. I appreciate the input and honestly watched your entire video and took notes. Going to discuss with Natter tomorrow. It's 12:04 a.m. here, and we've been up since 6. But we'll follow up tomorrow with my Calendly once that's updated. Good night, dude." So I think that Hunter probably left feeling like, okay, I'm being listened to. I think Alex realized that Hunter is a really valuable part of this community. And I think that progress is going to be made. So maybe it didn't start out in the best foot, and maybe some of the words that were used initially maybe could have been scaled back a bit. But I think ultimately this conversation is going to move things forward. And I thank Hunter for this. I think it's important. And I also thank Alex for being mature and kind of figuring out maybe these steps weren't the best to take.
I mean, Alex is new here. He hasn't been around for that long, and he's kind of he's taken over this job that he's been assigned, and I'm sure he's been overwhelmed. Like, I mean, I think overwhelmed is an understatement. And I mean, the core team as well. You know, there's so much that goes into building a blockchain and building a cryptocurrency, or you know, Web3 social layer that we can't even imagine. So, you know, there's going to be frustration. The community gets frustrated. You know, the core team, I'm sure, gets frustrated as well. And, you know, there's this balance between you know, allowing the community to have major say in matters, and then also doing what Natter's original vision is for DeSo. You know, so there's that balance. And when does it kind of blend together and switch over? That's, I think the core team has to ultimately decide that. But at the same time, you know, we can't really criticize them for envisioning what Natter had set forth to do. You know, I feel like he had a plan for DeSo. So there's going to be a point where the community becomes more involved, and, you know, like, that has the ultimate say in what happens. But at the same time, I think we had to give that roadway to Natter and his team to get us to a certain point. And I really think that point is Coinbase. I think once Coinbase hits, I think that's when the community becomes more in control of DeSo. But until then, I feel Natter deserves a chance to, you know, he's been working on this for years and had a plan of what he thinks decentralized social should work at. And it was his project. It still is partially his project. And I think we need to let him get to that point before it kind of takes off.
Yeah, it's an argument of decentralization versus centralization. And when you kind of transition from centralization to decentralization, and Natter's the one that raised over $200 million. Natter's the one that got these big names who come on board. Natter's the one who envisioned this whole thing and worked for 2 years on a plan. So I think that he's got to be the one, he's the one that sparks this. And all blockchains start out centralized. Bitcoin started out centralized. But as the blockchain progresses, then we can move towards a more decentralized protocol, and the community can have much more of a say. But I think that in the beginning, and whether the beginning is the first 6 months, the first year, the first 2 years, I don't know. But in the beginning, you got to have some control from the people that started it, just so that that vision can be launched. And I think that's what Natter has to do. And I understand Hunter's thoughts on this. And I think that if we were 2 years into this, or even a year and a half into this, and had the same argument, I think Hunter would be 100% correct. But we're only 9 months in, and barely 9 months in. The first 3 months were pretty much.
Well, I mean, that's not to say Hunter's not correct. I think he brings up a lot of good points, and we need his constructive criticism. We need the constructive criticism of him. We need it of Sandy Rose, who's been awesome at providing constructive criticism. We need that because Natter doesn't know everything. He doesn't have all the experiences that everybody else has. So it's kind of like, we need that. So Hunter's definitely not wrong in doing what he did. Could he have done it slightly differently? Yeah, probably. But, I think when all is said and done, it's going to end up being for the betterment of the community.
Right. And I understand there's frustrated people. I mean, we hear from frustrated people every day almost. There's also people that are ecstatic and can't wait to see where things progress. I think that time is the only factor. I think we got to give things a little bit more time. And it's okay to be frustrated. I mean, we've been frustrated. We've been on this platform for 250 days, 50 some days. There's been days where we've been super frustrated. But at the same time, you got to zoom out, as Salil told me this morning, zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because the bigger picture is where we're headed. And if you can do that, I think it might take some of that frustration away. Just my thoughts.
All right, let's move on. So a lot of NFT projects going on. Yesterday, we saw some. I'm going to start off talking about Meredith Marston's ultra cool project that she's doing. She's creating this generative project called the Medicines, and the public launch is going to be on December 11th, which is Saturday, I believe. And what this project does is every NFT you buy is essentially a vote, or it's a membership card into the art collective DAO that Meredith has set up. And this art collective DAO is going to be buying and selling and trading different artwork. And you're going to be part of that DAO. So you're part owner of that artwork, and you're part of the vote. Your vote, you can vote, should we buy this piece of art? Should we sell this piece of art? Should we burn it? You're going to have a say, and everybody's going to have equal say based on how much ownership of that DAO you have. And the NFTs count as ownership toward that DAO.
Yeah, and Sol is actually the developer of this. He's doing an amazing job as well. So I want to give him a shout out. Also, the whitelist opened, I think it was on Sunday. So if you want to be part of the whitelist, you can go to the website. I'll tell you the website. I have it right here. It's medicinesnft.com/the # and that will allow you to sign up for the whitelist. They actually sold their first one, I guess the premier piece, and it sold for 15 DeSo to Pickle Joe, the Genesis piece. So 15 DeSo, I mean, that was a decent price for sure. And on Saturday, the 11th, they're going to start minting the 500 generative pieces. What I love about this, and some of you might argue that maybe that's not to love, but it's going to be over different blockchains. So Ethereum, Solana, and DeSo. But I think I like this because I think it's going to bring people onto DeSo. People that might be buying the Solana NFTs might say, hey, let's check out the ones on DeSo because I want to get some of those as well. And it adds value. And Meredith is an expert at the NFT space. She's been doing great work for quite a while. And I love what she's doing.
Yeah, she was doing NFTs before DeSo. So she's known on Ethereum. So other NFTs, Bad Santa launches today. We're having a public, I'm actually running a Clubhouse room at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. I know I was talking to Bad Santa and I was saying how I wasn't feeling too well. Yes, I got the shot, my booster and my flu shot on Friday, and I just wanted to sleep for the last 2 days. That's why I don't have sleeves on today, because I don't know, something with my armpit, like it's really, really painful for some reason.
Why would you get both shots on the same day? I would have spread them out.
I want to get it over with. So Bad Santa launches today at 2 p.m. in a Clubhouse room. I'm going to be helping run that room. And so there are already about 50 that have been minted for the whitelist. There's going to be another 40 or so, I believe, minted today. We're going to have more details later, but be sure to check out that Clubhouse room at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. Some really cool Bad Santas available.
Right, and I love the Bad Santas. We own a few of these. They're awesome. So definitely check that out. Something else we want to talk about is Tyne and CFKY. They actually made a post yesterday, and it shows the most used emojis on DeSo. And it's probably not all that surprising, but the diamond emoji was used the most, 183,000 times this year. Next up, the rocket, which was used 107,000 times. And third place was the thumbs up, which was used 95,000 times. Go to Tyne or CFKY's page profile, and you'll see the full list of the top 10. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, I want to talk about the Rowdy Reptilians. Illuminati, we had them on our show yesterday. They had their whitelist drop yesterday afternoon, and 130 of them have sold so far. The public sale begins at 4 p.m. Eastern time today. You're going to be able to mint directly on their website. I believe it's mint.rowdyreptilians. I don't even want to say the domain because I'm not sure, but you're going to mint directly from their page. There's rarities. There's different traits that are more rare than others. There's going to be 420 Rowdy Reptilians minted. And again, that starts today, and they're at for 0.69 DeSo a piece. Some interesting numbers there. But yeah, it's a great project. Of course, the Rowdy Reptilians were one of the very first OG NFT projects on DeSo. I remember they were selling for like $3,000 a piece, the OG series. So 0.69 DeSo might be quite a steal. Be sure to check them out.
Yeah. And I think that's a good place to wrap up. I know it's been kind of a busy morning.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go lay down for a little bit and get ready for this Clubhouse room at 2 o'clock for Bad Santa. Everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.